So we're almost there.
150 miles. I don't feel like 150 miles. It's, yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
It's 150
It doesn't feel like, but equally, we're driving 150 miles to run a 5k.
What, some of us ain't even running.
I was going to say, some of us are running a 5k, some of us are
150 miles to run. I mean, that's nearly as good as Spigo when he flew to Chicago to do 3 miles. But I've driven 150 miles nearly to walk. But that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what it's all about. I think you'll see today, like, honestly, it's crazy. And what's weird, right? This weekend's the Hackney Half Marathon.
Yes.
If I rewind 5-6 years ago, there's a picture, right? Lynn's got it, of the very first meet-up.
Oh, wow.
In that, Hells, the captain's in it, Lynn's in it. I can't remember the other lady's name, but I wasn't in it. I was busy influencing. I was late. So the first ever meet-up, right? I wasn't in the picture.
That sounds standard for you.
But honestly, that was 6 years ago, and you'll see today, right, how far it's come. It's bizarre. It's nuts.
And with that, do you kind of ever take the time to kind of stop and think and look back and just think about what you've created?
No, I'm not one of those. What's those? Although some people say I probably am, but one of those ego. Well, I don't know what
we're going to talk about. Narcissist?
Is it narcissist? I don't know what the word is. You know, where people
egotist.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, so, where are we going to show? So, like, during my therapy, which I have, I've got to speak openly about my mental health in terms of my ADHD and stuff. But in terms of all that sort of thing, she's always saying about like taking credit, because I think I deflect.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, there you go. So it's not therapy. But it's like, no, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't ever, because it's not about me.
Just about to say, I knew you were going to say it's not.
Is that my usual line?
That is.
But it's true, and again, you'll see it today, right? It ain't about me. It's about, I don't know, the 200 people that are coming here and the whatever it is, and it doesn't matter about the numbers, but across the rest of the country today, going out in the satellite groups, like 60 satellite groups. We started 3 satellite groups today. One of them in Carlisle. It's like, what? Do you know what I mean? It's like, but no, it's not about me. And no, do I ever stop and think about it? No. Should I? I don't know. What do you think? It's a bit of inward thinking, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that reflective thing. But okay, so take it back then. So what made you start the move? Is it a movement? Are we a cult?
I think cult. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think cult is probably the best way to describe everything that we do now. It's like,
it is cult-like behaviour.
Because some people just don't get it. They're like, these people are just loud, and they got this thing printed all over their shirts, and they're just like, whatever. And then I think other people probably just look at me and go, who's that idiot walking around with his GoPro and making a lot of noise? And then I think you get people who are genuinely like, I wish I could be in that.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, it's, from where it started.
So what made you start it then? So for people who don't know.
So people who don't know the famous stories Hayden calls it. He does. He calls it legendary story. It's written in the history books. No, it's just serious. I was training for London, and I got to my first London, and I was sitting in Greenwich Park, and I genuinely, I was having a panic, like nearly a panic attack. I suffer with anxiety and panic disorder, and I had that feeling of panic, and it was just like, and I was sitting. I was sitting under a tree on a bin bag, and I was just looking around, thinking, she looks like she's feeling the same as me, and it was nuts because it was so. What's the word where people separate from each other?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You had like the traditional clubs, and you could see them. And again, there's nothing horrible about them, but you could see that sort of runner. And they were talking to similar sort of runners. That's great, right? No problem with that. But as the everyday runner, most of us were just sitting there going, "Shit, I've got to go and run a marathon." And for me, it was causing me huge anxiety. But it wasn't just that. It wasn't just the London Marathon I was getting that. It was other races that I was going to, other things. As I was trying to get fit, I was trying to, lose some weight. Yeah. I was running for my mental health. I never knew the positive impact it ended up having on my mental health back then. But to go and then, like as we did with Hackney, 4 or 5 people met Immediately, I was late. I did make the photo, but immediately, like the captain was there, Hells was there, Lynn was there. Straight away, that anxiety dropped because you're talking, you're distracted, and it was just like it was so empowering. And I was like, we should do more of this. We should try and find more people who feel the same, who maybe, you know, think they're too slow, think they can't do this, you know, and just, or they're a solo runner and they want to be part of something. That was why I sort of thought about it, and you know, and I wanted some friends. I was like Billy No Mates. Oh. No, but it's true, you know. Again, it's socially awkward because of my ADHD. You know, it's like I want to get out of there as quick as I get into somewhere. I can't. I couldn't. Ben, I couldn't, and this is honest. I couldn't sit in a restaurant from the ages of about 15 to 20, 25. I honestly couldn't sit in a restaurant without having a panic attack. That's the gospel. You know, so for me, to do this sort of stuff is like proper out of my comfort zone.
No, and it is, and I think those who have come to kind of extreme park run and seen, in terms of over probably the last 3 that you've been to and started coming to breakfast.
Yeah, that's a big deal for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But more importantly, if someone can see that I'm doing it, right, and resonate with, I won't say struggles because everybody's got struggles, but resonate. They think if that idiot can do it, then I can do it. And you know, if there's people going to be there, I'm not going to be on my own.
Yeah,
I can go to that, and I can be part of that, and I can feel like part of the family because we're all a big family.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have our ups and downs, but you can be part of that. You can go along to a breakfast. You can go along to a park run, and you can be feel like part of the family. You can be a solo runner.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of our runners, and you can be part of the Global Running Club now.
Exactly.
Nearly 300 people went out on Monday night, I think.
Yeah. 300
people. Like, I'm not being horrible, but that's bigger than like just some clubs.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's empowering to think, you know, if these guys are going out and doing it, you know, that's the most important thing. It is. I don't know about you, but I feel motivated when I see like Hayden going out. Oh, I'm injured at the moment, but like if I'm training and stuff and I see Hayden going out, or I see some of the guys and girls going out, and I'm like, shit, I need to get out today. This is, you know, it's just really motivating.
Yeah, I think there's probably one other word that we tend to bandy around within, you know, especially on the Facebook stuff, is that FOMO.
Yeah, it's massive FOMO.
You know, we're the worst for it.
We're driving 150 miles because we don't want to miss out today. I'm not even running, and I want to be there because it's that thing, isn't it? You want to be part of it. It's because it just makes you feel so good being part of it, because there's no hang-ups, there's no bullshit. You don't have to wear a top. Yeah, people wear the tops, but we don't care whether you do. You have to have a decent pair of shoes. You can rock up in anything you like. You can walk like, you know, people have done in the previous extreme park runs and park run that we do. We have the tail walkers out there and that little bag drop and people like that. They're so inspiring, that the fact that they're coming along to these things, right, and doing it, you know, and it's just amazing. You don't have to run, but they feel confident enough to come along and do it. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's just so powerful.
It is, and I think for me, you know, the ethos of the club when we talk about the everyday runner, is the amount of people I speak to, you know, and they kind of go, I can't run. And I find those, you know, it's just a really interesting. By the way,
just cut in on the video. I've gone the wrong way. Right at the back. We just do it. We just sorry. You know, I just said we went the wrong way. We just totally gone the wrong way. I mean, it's going to be brilliant. This in the edit.
Chris is taking us up to another new satellite group.
No, we just started a new satellite. Hero mode. Thanks, by the way, for police for their stop section that I just used. You everyday runner. That's what we were talking about.
Yes,
everyday runner. So again, it's that term that we use. It's that phrase that we band about that probably people are sick to death of. But it is true. You know, it is so important, and we say about inclusivity and all that sort of stuff, and that's not just like BS words that we're using. We mean it, right? I mean, you come to an extreme park run and you see full inclusivity.
Yeah.
No barrier to entry. Like zero. Park run's free. Yeah. Everyone can walk. Everyone can run. Everyone can jog. Everyone can be part of it. Doesn't matter whether you've got a top, a pair of shoes, whatever. Everybody can be part of what we do at extreme park run in general, right? That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, you just need to turn up.
Yeah, you just need to come along and again have the courage, because I appreciate it does take courage to come along to something like that. I met last time these people who come for their first ever sort of 40 meetup thing, and it empowered them. And I think, you know, then they start going out and signing up for other stuff. FOMO.
FOMO, yeah.
But it is true, you know, we try and be as inclusive as we can, and it's not. What was that thing that was that geezer going on about the other day? LGBTQ washing or whatever it is. You know, this is just BS. You know, we're doing this stuff because we want to celebrate everything and celebrate running and celebrate everybody who does it. You know, it doesn't matter what background you are, how fast, how slow you are. We don't care. No, we honestly don't care, and it's not BS.
No,
it really isn't. You know, you can join the club for free. We make sure it's free. You know, you don't have to pay the England Athletics affiliation. It's entirely up to you. We couldn't care less.
And you'll see, and I think you'll see, like with the video of today's part run, and if you look back on, what was it, Isle of Wight last year, and even Dover, to be fair, it's genuinely like there will be well over 100 of us at the finish line cheering over, you know, the people who are tail walking, the people who, you know, are kind of coming in groups who have walked, run, whatever, and I think that creates something. And I suppose I'm interested from seeing where we are now, almost. So you were sat there, obviously in London 6 years ago, and thinking, my God, I'm about to run a marathon. And then, as you said, Hackney meetup. So how did that start? What?
I just started a Facebook group.
Okay.
So I just started a Facebook group. I was just like, I'm going to start this Facebook group, and I'm going to invite. No, I'm going to basically let anybody in. and I put the captain in there, and invited some friends into it.
So those who don't know who the captain is,
that's Matt Della, absolute hero. Bill, you know, Hells, you know, one of the OGs, Fletch, you know, and we got together, and then, you know, that was 20, 30, 500 people, and you know, now it's like I think just in one Facebook group there's nearly 14,000 people. But this is the thing, right? This will blow your mind. So in one of the Facebook groups we've got like just under 14,000 people. Comments, number of comments, in 28 days. Give me a rough number.
Oh, I listened to the pod the other day.
Oh, did you? Oh, so you know. 28,000. 28,000 comments.
Which doesn't say, like, when that number came out, that didn't surprise me. 100,000
engagement things. So that's likes or whatever. 100,000 in 28 days.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's that engagement. It's like feeling part of something.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It doesn't matter. The numbers are relevant. Obviously, the metrics is good, but you can see that people are engaged in it.
Yeah.
And what it means to people. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think, though, when you join the Facebook group, it should come with, like, a caution advisory notice.
Oh.
This will take up
you're done, basically. Check it out.
And it's one of the things I think I've said to you before. I'd come off Facebook during the pandemic and stuff, and genuinely, the only reason I've gone back on Facebook is for the Facebook group.
I don't use Facebook.
No, nor do I.
I only use Facebook for the Facebook group. Or groups, because we've got several of them. I don't use Facebook for anything other than that. And I think that's telling in terms of the demographic of our runners. So our runners are usually, you know, they've had kids, they've come back, you know, in general, or you know, they're somewhere else in their life, but they're not that sort of 30 and under. Yeah, we've sort of got them after whatever they've settled, like you, settled in your job, settled in your career, you know, enjoying life in that respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're in that maturing stage of your life. No, I don't mean to be, you're not old, but I'm just saying to you, you're not going out on the town every night getting hammered, you know, going into London and you know what I mean? It's a different demographic. And we've got a huge number of women, which I think is just amazing.
Fantastic,
I'm just absolutely so proud of that. Our committee is basically, I think, 80% women. Yeah. It's brilliant. I just love that. I just, again, man in a house full of ladies. I think it's pardon me, buds. I just think it's brilliant. It's empowering. It really is. You know? And I just think it shows how, again, inclusive, diverse that we are. I think that's the important bit.
And without either, and I think that's that point in terms of the inclusivity and the diversity is just that. It's just something that happens It's not like
it's natural.
We go, yes, exactly.
It's natural. It's not forced.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to the Pride Park Run. It's not. Oh, that'll be really good for us in terms of PR. No, I quite fancy it's Pride weekend. Why don't we do a park run?
Yeah.
You know, because Pride's awesome.
Yeah.
So let's do a park run around it. It's a brilliant idea because then again, everyone can come.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It takes that barrier away.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if you're walking it, running it, sprinting it. We don't care. Again, that's why it's in. You know, that's the way we think about these things. The shakeout runs, the same thing. People ain't anxious. You know, the night before a big race potentially for them. Let's go and do a shakeout run. Let's get some people together, and they're going to take that vibe into the race. And I tell you now, it helps. Because you meet people.
Exactly. I was just about to say, you're letting almost someone else take the stress for you.
Yeah.
So that all you need to worry about really is turning up. On time. For it.
Yeah.
And then you're likely to meet someone who's going to be in your
way. In your pain, yeah. And you'll see somebody out on course.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, I was with that geezer yesterday.
Yeah. And that is exactly it. And it just creates these little comforts that you know are going to be there.
It reduces that anxiety. And it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
Before a big race, before, whatever, you can't help but feel nervous. No, you can't help but feel. And some people can get themselves in a right old state.
Yeah.
Me being one of them. I will go. me being one of them. So again, that helps. But it helps on every level. Don't forget, it's helping in the weekday.
Yeah.
People, the only social connection they may get is on the global running club thing, and that might be the only lifeline to civilization. They might be so lonely at home. Yeah. They've got that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where it's powerful.
And that is exactly it. So obviously you say in terms of from a Hackney perspective on the first meetup, and that was before the club was set up. So what then made you turn it into a running club?
People in the community. People in the community said, "Can we form a running club? Can we get an affiliated running club?" So I went, "That's a good idea." Because again, it's like running clubs, traditional running clubs, which are awesome. Athletics clubs, awesome. They don't necessarily suit a lot of people. You get told that you have to run with a certain people. You have to go out at a certain pace. We're going to be doing 7K tonight. We're going to be doing 400 by 200 by 600 by 800 by 2 million at 3,000 miles an hour. It scares the living daylights out of people.
Yeah.
And they want to run for whatever reason. So I was like, this is a good idea. I'm going to set this up. So we set up, we formed a committee, we formed the club, we formed the constitution, made sure in the constitution, unlike I think any other club, it says in there, you don't have to wear a club top. Okay. Which I made sure it was in there. So nobody has to wear anything that they don't want to. You can come in anything you want. And I put that in the constitution because I'm a legend. Because it's true, again, straight away remove a barrier to entry. Yeah. But we, again, from day one, offered free membership. So you get the benefits, but you get that, all the stuff that you get, all the meetups, the brand stuff that we do with the partners and all that sort of chaos that we cause. But you can be part of that. Yeah. And again, it's free. It's totally free. There's no reason, unless it's not your thing, which I totally understand. I appreciate, I'm Marmite in particular, but in general, some people it might be a bit strong for them. But there's nothing to stop you joining. There's nothing to stop you going to a satellite group. There's nothing to stop you being part of the global running crew if you don't want it to. The only thing that's stopping you is yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, we talk about that, and I think, we've had that conversation before. I think I've been quite open about it.
Don't tell Abby, I'm having some Red Bull.
I did say no, by the way. Disclaimer. But we've had that conversation before of, I'm going to use the term lurker. And I think so many people use it on the Facebook group.
Yeah, it's true.
People will join the Facebook group and they'll lurk in the background for a year, maybe 2, who knows. And then and I used to come up and do all the London races and see you guys and just be like, I want to go over and say hello, but I don't, and it's,
I get it.
I was almost more nervous of kind of that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I think I emailed you about coming to one of the satellites, and then,
that was it.
Exactly.
Same with Spico. Spico emailed me, said, I'd like to come along. Bang. Spico. I mean, one of my best friends, you know. It's like, and I love him. But he came along to one of the group. I can't remember which one it was. You know, that's how you meet those connections. Look at these people who are meeting through it, like getting married, babies, you know, partners, moving into. It's just unbelievable. Going on holiday together.
And did you ever think that so obviously you set up the club? Did you?
But I'm pretty clear. I don't. In terms of the club, the mum and dad and the other committee members, they set it up. They run it. They put the constitution together. They do everything. You know, welfare and all that sort of stuff. I'm there as the coach.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's because of my qualifications. To be honest, you know, to make sure in terms of the loves and the curves, getting the support they need, and we're encouraging that. Other than that, in terms of the club, the committee runs it. I don't have anything to do with it. I come up with some brilliant ideas,
and some not so brilliant
ideas. But in general, I'm the marketing machine behind the club.
Yeah,
that's my role within the club, is to promote it as best I can.
Yeah,
but the club itself runs itself through the committee in a transparent way. That's the correct way to do it. And to be honest with you, I've got to give a shout out to my mum and dad, right? Because when we started it, it was like, I don't know, 50, 100 people. It's now the biggest running club in the country.
And was that?
It's just not
random question.
My poor mum.
Was that? I know. Your mum and dad are great. Was that the plan?
No.
Like, did you ever, like, when you set up the club? So obviously you said people were asking to set up the club. What were your thoughts at that point in terms of, right, yeah, cool, that's a great idea, we'll set that up?
I never put any metrics on it.
Okay.
Never ever. It's never about being the biggest. It's never about having, you know, this amount of numbers come to an extreme park run. It's just not about that. What does the biggest running club in the country get you? I mean, what does it mean? All it means is the fact that you're helping people and changing people's lives.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's what makes me laugh. You know, the people out there who have a go at me on social media or, you know, whatever, and they don't even know me. Oh, you know, this and that. But that, really, I mean, what have I done other than bring people together?
Yeah.
I mean, really, and it's not. People ain't been forced to do it.
Exactly. We don't break.
We're not making millions either. That's the other thing as well. People turn around and go, you know, about this and that. You know, we don't make. I work 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
Think about it. 70 hours a week. I do not stop. So I'll go home today when we finish this. I cut the grass. And then,
I can do that.
But then I'll be working.
Yeah.
And the same again tomorrow. Hackney. People go, oh yeah, but you know, I'm working. It's not like I'm one of these influencers who've got this place and I'm just running about. No, I'm working. I mean, the YouTube channel is work for me. The podcast is work for me on top of the full-time job that I have as well. You know, don't put it. But in terms of priority, family's on the top.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this for my mental health.
I feel like we're like James Corden.
We are James Corden.
Oh my god, are we going to break into song?
We could break into song.
We could do Hayden song.
We could break into song.
Okay, so then obviously you set up the running club.
Yeah.
What satellite clubs? Where did that come from?
Well, I started in Broxbourne. I was coaching. I was looking to help everyday runners in terms of from a coaching point of view. Again, because coaching can be a little bit intimidating. Mm-hmm. Go to a track and whatever. So I started changing the methodology behind coaching for the everyday runner. And then Helen said about doing a group in Southend, and I thought, what a brilliant idea. Then really, to be perfectly honest, and he needs more credit than he gets, is Hayden. It was Hayden's baby. He was just like, after the pandemic, people had a real desire to have that physical connection.
Yeah.
And he was just like, we've got to do this. And then people come forward, and they're just amazing, these people, that they come forward and they run these things. And to be 60 satellite groups, you know, last week, I think we had 600 people going out across the country. 600 people physically out running in a week. That's excluding the global running crew, by the way.
I was just about to say,
so you're basically 1,000 people.
Yeah. Which is
just
mental. Mind-blowing.
In a running club.
Yeah.
You know, and most running clubs, which is great, you know, they're like 20, 30 people or whatever, 10 people, and that's awesome. Again, it's not about numbers. But in terms of the people's lives that you're potentially changing, you know, that one conversation with somebody on a Tuesday night club run
Yeah.
could actually save their lives, because they may be struggling so much with everything, but actually that one conversation on that run may actually change, because you know what, they might go, oh yeah, I'm going to go there next week and I'll catch up with Trace or whatever, and it could generally change it up. But 1,000 people,
it's mind blowing, and especially I think, you know, we probably touch on, you know, it's Mental Health Awareness Week that we're talking about this, and I think the stories that we've seen on you know, on the Facebook group, where people, you know, that the environment that we have as a club, as a community.
That's why I get really upset when people come after me, like in other Facebook groups and stuff like that. But when these idiots who are having a go at me, right, and again, they've got no care about my mental health, but crack on anyway. But just think of the stories and the lives that we've changed, right, and they're changing on a daily basis, and they're happy to criticise that. Yeah, that just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It's just sad.
It is,
but you can't focus on those people. You can't. Honestly, you can't. You can. All I want to do is just bring more people together.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that is my mission. Is to bring. We ain't got money for marketing. We're not like a private equity company giving us money and VCs and all this stuff. You know, it's purely organic, but there are so many runners out there who may not even be runners yet, but they see it, and I'm hoping that they see what we're doing, and they can feel like they can be part of that, and it might make a difference to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the key.
Yeah, because I think, you know, it's more than the running. Like, the running's, don't hate me for saying this, it's almost secondary, right? For a lot of people.
Yeah, massively.
It's that. And so you mentioned there kind of marketing, you know, and things like that. Obviously, recently kind of tied up with Brooks. So
that's non-financial again. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
This pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's non-financial. It's supportive. Brooks are amazing. Brooks are amazing. They get it. They're positioned so perfectly in the market to tie up with us, because if you look today at this extreme park run, I guarantee you 90% of those people are in Brooks.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. So they symbolise the shoe of the everyday runner to a degree. Listen, Brooks shoes for years, right, look terrible. But this year, the end of last year, but this year they're absolutely killing it, right? They've got some amazing shoes. But more importantly, for what they do for the community, going to Park Run, we're huge in Park Run. We love Park Run and what it stands for.
Yeah.
You know, it's free. They're there doing that, and that means that for me is what it's all about. It's their ethos like ours, you know, connecting runners up. And that's why I'm really happy to partner up.
And so is that something important to you? I know we kind of joke sometimes in terms of when we talk about the pod, and we'll probably talk about that. But, you know, in terms of when you're looking at partnerships and stuff like that, is that what you look for?
Yeah, I've got no interest in people who've got VC money and it's all about TikTok and Instagram. I've got no interest, because they're hollow. They've got nothing. They're zero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're only interested in those quick views and that quick buck. But if I'm talking to a brand, or I'm talking to a potential partner that's going to support the growth of the club, because that's ultimately what it means. Again, all the partners are non-financial. It's like, how can you bring more runners into our club? Because there's so many people out there who have not heard about us and what we're doing.
How is that possible?
I don't know how it's possible, but it's true. Like, or even understand it. How can you help us get that message out there? I'll do whatever you want in return. Make your video on YouTube, whatever. Talk about you on the podcast, whatever. Couldn't care less. But how can you help us find more runners and find that runner who's maybe running on their own, doesn't feel part of anything, or maybe, you know, they used to run 5 or 6 years ago, can't get out of the rut. You know what I mean? That's the sort of people we want to touch and want to find.
Yeah.
And if I can find people that believe in what we're doing, then let's go for it.
Yeah. Okay. And so almost then, as you say, when you're looking at the brands and the partnership deals and stuff, it's more about them bending to our, like, almost kind of, you know.
It's got to be a symmetry. Yeah. I won't work with brands. There's a lot of brands I don't care for, which I think is well known. And I'm not a yes man. I'm never gonna, you know, with the YouTube channel and I'm not a yes man. I appreciate that I'm not for everybody. Again, it's, you watch whatever you want to watch, but I'm not one of those people who's gonna, you know, just lie and tell stories and, you know, I've reviewed a shoe, I'm not even running it, I've got to set this, and it's the best marathon shoe, and I'll never run a marathon. I mean, it's just the world's gone mad with it all.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person, and that's why the YouTube channel probably doesn't grow.
Yes. So question on that. So we'll come back to the yes man in a minute, but you just touched on the YouTube channel, and obviously, you know, we've got the pod. So what, you know, for people who, well, hopefully have seen this, but you know, what are they about? How does that fit in?
What, the pod and the YouTube?
Yeah, the pod and the YouTube.
YouTube's an outlet for me in terms of creativity. I much prefer making the race vlogs and the challenge videos and all that sort of stuff. That helps me with my ADHD, creativity and that sort of stuff. Really helps. Anybody who's got ADHD, they'll understand what I'm talking about. Out of that, a byproduct of that is obviously all the shoes and stuff that we get sent and review and whatnot. That's cool. That's great. Love that. But you know, at the end of the day, if it stopped tomorrow, it wouldn't change anything. Yeah. It's just a creativity outlet for my ADHD more than anything else. Pod's just unbelievable. It blows me away, man. People that say hello and stuff and really dig it. Again, we're not into celebrities or selling a product, you know. It's not backed by. It's just people like yourself. We just love hanging out and talking about running.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Simple as that.
Yeah, and it is, and I think what's really nice is, you know, like for me, when I was marathon training last year, listening to the pod before I kind of come on, it's almost like you're running with your mates in your ear, and that's for me that's where I really like it. Yeah. So then, as you mentioned, there kind of shoe reviews and stuff like that, that you're not a yes man.
No.
So why almost? I probably know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask anyway because I am interested. Because you see so many people that you're like, that is BS, for want of a better word. Yeah. And they're clearly doing it just to serve their own interest,
be YouTube famous, Instagram,
and all that. So you talk about growing the club. So what, you know, you could be a yes man.
Yeah.
So why not?
It's just not the way I'm made. It's just not the way I'm made. I can't help it. I've got to be honest. I can't. If something shit, I'm going to say it's shit. No, but it's true. You can't just because you want to get more like famous on YouTube or go to America or whatever. It's just you can't do that. Yeah. I can see through the BS a million miles away, and it's just frightening that people get away with what they get away with. And the brands are at fault, to be honest with you, because they're the ones who are sending all the stuff they'll pick on, you know, the next big thing in terms of a content creator, and they'll send them a load of stuff. But actually, you know, is that person, you know, the right person? Is that I don't. Again, I'm not calling anyone out. Horses for courses, right? Yeah. And again, you watch the stuff, don't watch the stuff. But I'm never going to be that person. And I learned from mistakes that I made years ago on the channel. I'm never going to be that person. I will always stay true to myself now. I'm not having it.
And in terms of, am I allowed to you mentioned kind of mistakes you made, and can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Some of the crap I was sent, you know, back then, you know, you're getting sent stuff to review, and you are you doing it objectively? Probably not. So, you know, and then I thought to myself when I watch it, no, that's not right. Yeah, that's not right. So, you know, I took a I don't know when it was, but at some point I decided I can't do this BS anymore, and I won't do it anymore. Okay. And again, but I hold my hands up. I make mistakes. I think we, you know. Yeah. I think if you own them, exactly. It's learn.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's the key. And there's so many people I speak to who will say, "Oh, I bought this shoe. It's your fault."
Brilliant.
You know, but actually, I would say, and you know, I'm not blowing smoke.
Yeah.
Here.
That's not really.
You know, true. I think it's really useful to kind of have a look through and kind of almost see an objective review. And
I'm not always going to be right.
No,
I'm not always going to be right. I'm different to everybody. But again, I can only say it.
Yeah.
I say it.
And the good thing is, you'll call a spade a spade.
Yes, very much so. So you've been warned.
Probably to a.
Yeah, you've been warned. But that generally does upset brands. They don't like it. They can't control you. They can't control the narrative.
Yeah.
They're nervous about sending you something because you're gonna. They know I really don't care.
Yeah.
About saying it. It's crap.
Yeah.
And it's overpriced and it's heavy and it's useless. Because I will say that, but at the same time, I will turn around and say this is the best thing you could buy.
Yeah.
This is without doubt the best thing you could buy, and that's not That's just being genuine.
No, that's fair enough.
There you go.
And does that, so from that perspective, when we talk, we've probably mentioned throughout your like mental health and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
so does that play on your mind? Like, do you worry sometimes about that when you're doing reviews and stuff, that you're being so, let's say, honest about it? Does that play on your mind?
I worry about everything.
Yeah.
That's just my neurological, whatever it is, divergency. I do worry about everything. Do I worry about brands? Yeah, I mean, you do worry about, have they turned off the tap because have I upset them? And then I say to myself, you know what? You can probably think the two words I'm thinking.
Yep.
But no, yeah, I do worry that have I overstepped the mark, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I have to be honest.
Yeah.
And you've got to be honest. You've got to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And again, I know that turns a lot of people off, but it just scares me when I see big running channels coming out with absolute rubbish because they've been paid what's it load of money, and they're worrying about getting the next payment from them people, and they will tell you that this is the best thing, even though it's terrible and it's awful. And all the videos about certain things because they're getting paid to make videos that ultimately lead to an advert for another product, a whole series based around a product which is terrible.
Yeah.
And they should be ashamed of themselves. But people, whatever, do whatever you want to do. Again, I get very passionate about it. But
I don't think anyone can tell.
yeah, it upsets me.
No, but that's good, and I think that really does come across. When you're watching and listening to you talk,
I can't even stand. Now you got me started. I can't even stand these people on Instagram and TikTok and they're just all doing it, and it's all fake.
Yeah.
It's so fake. I just don't understand how people don't see through it. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do, right? But it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It really blows my mind that people can actually like think that it's true, because it's not. It's all marketing.
And that's the day. Like, almost. We spoke earlier about how you set this up in terms of it was a Facebook group, and that is the wonder, the amazement, the benefits of social media.
Yeah.
However, the flip side of that is you also have that thing where, especially, we talk about demographics of being slightly, older, but you've got you might have impressionable audience and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a real danger there. So I think it's probably refreshing. You talk sometimes influencing, but disrupting, and
I'm a disruptor. I'm not an influencer.
Yeah.
I'm a disruptor.
Yeah.
I will happily go into a place and disrupt it because I don't believe in what's going on there. I know. It's true though. I can't handle it. It really irritates me because I'm in the industry. I see the BS that's out there. I see the marketing machine at work.
Yeah.
And it's probably a waste of my effort because I'm never going to change it. But I'm not going to be that guy who gets sent to Barcelona. I'm not going to be that guy who gets taken to Jamaica. I'm not going to be that guy because they can't control the narrative.
No.
I'm going to say it how it is. And those sort of trips are a waste of money.
Yeah.
And
that's one thing with you is that I would honestly say this is you never know what's going to come out.
And
right?
again, that's Marmite. But I understand that. I get it. Again, I'm not an idiot, right? I worked for 20-something years in the city and one of the most high-pressure jobs you could do. Believe it or not, I am not an idiot. I might come across as one, but I ain't. Yeah, and I can smell out BS from a mile off. And my ADHD is a superpower because I'm 5 steps ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
If I'm actually in the room. But it is. I can't. My passion is not YouTube. It's not the podcast. It's about what we're going to do today.
Okay.
And that's the key. And I'm hoping what you're about to see today, after what we've discussed in the car, is proof. Not that you need it, but it just will hopefully show you actually what 40 Runs is.
Yeah.
It's not this YouTube channel. It's not this podcast. It's about these people.
Yeah.
And it honestly is. It's about the marshals, the volunteers, Miles on his camera. Yeah. And it's about the people who've travelled and still just coming to do token collecting. Yeah. It's those people. That's what 40 runs is. It's the meal afterwards, the breakfast afterwards, where everybody feels part of it. Yeah. You know, that's what 40 runs is.
And so for you, obviously that was you know, I think you talk very frankly from a mental health perspective and things like that. But equally, you still suffer greatly from that. Obviously, you know, people will know at the minute that you're not running, and that's
when I done it, and I had therapy, and she was just like, "Oh my God, I got some work to do here." Honestly, it's you can't. And I can appreciate people get injured, but and I've said it a few times, but I've got ADHD, so I need something to have focus on. My running is my focus. I don't medicate my ADHD because I don't want to lose that superpower that I've got, you know, in terms of my creativity and my ability to work, you know, do 4 hours work in an hour, you know, and that I like that. I like that spontaneous side of it. I don't like some of the social awkwardnesses and the behaviour that comes with it around that anxiety and nervousness. But it's so powerful. Running for me is so powerful because it's that focus, it's that constant in my life. Yeah. That if I'm in a rabbit hole and I go down them a lot, one thing can send me off. Yeah. You know it. One thing can send me round the twist. One comment, one reel from not even a competitor, but something else, and I'm like, that can send me into a spiral if I'm not careful. So I have to have things in place to make sure I don't. Therapy, for example. Yeah. Friends like you know, and most importantly than anything else is my family. Yeah. Like Nick and the girls, right? I'm not being funny, but they don't put up with any of my nonsense. But it's the safest place. It's the only place I feel safe because my anxiety and everything comes from feeling safe. Yeah. And everything about it comes to that. And the only place I genuinely feel safe and at ease and relaxed is at home with the girls. Honestly. My best day out, shall I tell you what my best day out is? Forget running. Go on. The best day out I can have is going to home bargains with the kids. Oh. No, but it's true. That for me is like, I'm with Nick, I'm with the girls, causing absolute chaos. Naturally. Right? But it's the safest I can feel and it's the most content I can feel because I'm not having to think about nothing. Yeah. I'm in dad mode. And it's the best. And that is the best thing to be for me with the way I'm built. But running's key to that. And so, yeah, the injuries... Injury's been tough, right? But I've been able to concentrate on other things. So
and I think, like as you said there, so running's important for your mental health. Yeah. But from a club side perspective, would you say it's that recognition that actually it's creating that environment for people to be open to support and things like that, right?
Yeah. That's the most important thing. Someone's struggling, you know. And again, someone might be struggling and just seeing a post by somebody else that might kick them into gear, and you just think,
and I think we can all probably say this, you know, certainly this year and over the past year, there's some real stories that we've seen on Facebook of people coming together. I think you know, there's that. For me, I'm going to call it an iconic picture of Sam and Adam at London Marathon, which just. You know, thinking about it now, you kind of get emotional like that. The power
you can't make that up.
And how did so? Given that we are almost across the border,
we're near. Wrap it up, come on, wrap it up.
How does that? So with that, how does that make you feel in terms of what does the whole club then mean to you? And I know you say it's not about you, so that's
it's not about me.
No, it's not. But
I gotta tell you what. Then
what does it mean to you?
It means everything. It means everything. Genuinely, it is a 24/7, and I can't thank everybody enough for all the help and everything every single person puts into it. Satellite leaders, Hayden, you know, committee, you know, volunteers, everybody, right? Al, Carolyn, everybody who does everything for it. But it means the world to me because it is that single one thing that keeps me going on, you know, in terms of just living. Yeah. You know, it's that machine that keeps me going. It is that power. It's that fuel in the engine for me. And that's what it means. And seeing those stories, and I appreciate, you know, I don't see half of what's going on. Yeah. Probably because I don't have the attention span. Yeah. But it's true, you know. But I think the biggest, look, let's prove it to them. Let's show them. Yeah. You know, however long we've been going here. But now, just watch the next 10 minutes. Yeah. And you'll see what this means to everybody. And I think that's the best way to prove it. Yeah. It's to show it. It's to show it. So we'll now let's throw it over to Lincoln. Where, is it Lincoln where we're going?
We are, yes, we are in Lincoln.
So
so where does it end then?
Oh,
where it doesn't, it just keeps.
I don't know. Wilco made a comment the other day about 5 years' time. What he's going to look like. I've got no idea. I don't know, bruv. I don't know. Where does it end? I don't know. I mean, at some point it will peak.
Yeah.
Because it'll be, you know, you can only reach so many people. But I've got no idea. I've genuinely got no idea. I just want to reach more people.
Yeah.
I hate seeing runners like on their own, but like
hating life on their own.
Yeah, it's like this is just it's struggling.
Yeah.
You don't need to struggle.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's not 40 runs, go and find something else that works for you. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. We are one big family at 40 runs. We don't care. To be honest with you, we don't even care if you're a member of another club. We couldn't give a toss. We really honestly don't care who you are, where you're from. What you're wearing, what you look like, how fast you run, how fast you walk. We couldn't care less. Just come along and feel part of it. And it will honestly, it will change your life. You look again. You watch now.
Yeah.
And just see this. This will blow your mind.
With the best part of 150 people travelled far and wide to
150
do a 5k run.
Yeah. So now, honestly, sit back, get a cup of tea, yeah, and watch this.
No alcohol.
No alcohol, no Red Bull, because Admin won't let you. And watch this. Honestly, this now will show you what 40 runs is. I think that's the message. Yeah. That's the key to this.
Absolutely.
And we should put this out as a podcast.
We should.
I think this will make a good podcast. So maybe we'll do that as well. So there we go. Right, that's it. Let's cut to. So hang on. If you're listening to the podcast, take us out.
So if you're listening to the podcast,
because I'm going to do this as a podcast. It's been brilliant.
So bye, boys.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see you later.